I've been a full-time pastoral coach for more than 15 years now. And one of the most common things I run into in coaching pastors is what is called pastoral intimidation. Now, by this, I don't mean that the pastor is intimidating their parishioners, although let me tell you, there's plenty of this going on. But what I'm talking about is that the people are intimidating the pastor. It's a subtle thing it's hard for the pastor to recognize, let alone admit. A lot of pastors avoid confrontation for fear of the ramifications. I really don't blame them. In some churches, a confrontation with the church board can result in the pastor getting fired. If Aunt Susie is an influential member of the church, you better not ruffle her feathers or there'll be a price to pay. You see, we want our church to grow, not to shrink, and so we strive to keep people happy. But if in our attempt to lead we step on someone's toes or offend someone, they might leave taking their money and their help with them in a church that's already struggling financially, and many are in this category. And for a pastor who's barely making enough money to live on, and there's many in this category, losing people can lead to having a salary cut. Once again, these are legitimate concerns, and I don't fault the pastor for having them. The problem with all of this is that the pastor is leading out of fear and intimidation, which is just a very difficult way, if not an impossible way, to lead. They become what we've called people pleasers. They avoid rocking the boat at all costs. They know what needs to be said or what needs to be done, but due to this intimidation, they avoid and they back down. I understand this. I've been in your shoes. Unless we detach from the need to be liked, we'll never lead like the Father wants us to lead. Until we stop needing the approval of our people or our board or Aunt Susie, we're going to remain frustrated as pastors, and the Father's will for our church is going to be frustrated as well. Boy, sometimes it takes a lot of courage to be a pastor. And it's true that we've got to pick our battles wisely, but to think that we will get out of this without a battle, without a fight, without taking a hit, it's just unrealistic. Can I ask you, does fear affect your leadership? Are there people in your church that intimidate you? What would have to happen for you to rise above this? And how, might you, pray about this? Remember, you can't really lead your people if you fear your people. If you found this podcast helpful, hit that subscription button and the like button. Hey, it's me, Dave Jacobs. I'll talk to you next time.